we are all aware of the situation surrounding our world today, because by continuously imitating the West, we have arrived at a profoundly unfortunate reality. Through this prolonged process of imitations, we have become so deeply afflicted by inferiority that our confidence in the unique ideals of Islam, our own identity, and our moral values have gradually weakened. Because for the several centuries now, we have been copying their laws, their ways of life, their philosophies, and the social systems. Today, the outcome of this scenario is clear before the eyes of the world. There is no denying that the West has achieved tremendous amount of advancements in science and technology. Yet, alongside this material progress, humanity itself has suffered a grave and moral decline. Compassion between human beings, fraternity among communities, and ethical human relationships have steadily disintegrated. Today, we observe severe disorder within nations and increasing conflict among neighbors. The world is slowly but steadily moving towards a vastly destructive trajectory. The most critical crisis that has become evident is the absence of a coherent, humane, and morally grounded ideology capable of guiding and leading the world into the future. We believe that this guiding ideology has been granted to humanity by the Almighty Allah Himself. This very ideology that Hezbut Tawheed is presenting clearly, without fear and without doubt to the world today. We declare without ambiguity that all human actions and all human activities must be governed by the laws and rules, regulations set by Allah Himself. That the foundation of all human activities must rest upon divine guidance. However, whenever we speak of the laws of Allah, certain widespread and distorted perceptions immediately emerge in the form of questions. They ask, what will your policy towards women be? What will your attitude towards followers of other religions and other viewpoints be? Does your ideology ensure tolerance and inclusiveness for people of all beliefs and viewpoints? What kind of economic structure will you adopt? Will liberal economic principles be recognized? And lastly, but not least, will freedom of expression be acknowledged and addressed? These questions, however, do not rise without any justified reason. Throughout history, various religious groups and communities have offered incorrect, distorted, and agenda-driven interpretations of religion, thereby creating deep confusions and conflict in the minds of people all over the world. Alongside this, extremist religious profiteers have exploited religion to incite mob violence, spread chaos, and promote terrorism. They carried out these acts in the name of religion. That is the most damaging part. In the name of the Holy Quran, also identifying themselves as Muslims. Yet, today, we declare with absolute clarity that the ideas they promote regarding women, regarding music, about people of other faiths, about freedom of expression, and the justification of violence and mob in the name of religion has nothing whatsoever to do with Islam. Such practices are entirely inconsistent with the eternal and divine principles of our faith. Islam is a fundamentally universal, humane, tolerant, and balanced system of life, capable fully of governing the world. When one turns to the Quran, it becomes evident that there is no room for any excess or extremism in this religion. Allah repeatedly forbids transgressions in all manners. The suppression of free expression is explicitly prohibited. Justice is firmly commanded, while lies, deception, and fraud are strictly forbidden. The unjust killing of a single human being is likened or declared equivalent to the murder of an entire humanity. The spreading of rumors, severely prohibited, and stern warnings of divine punishment against those who engage in it are repeatedly found throughout this faith. Assigning one person's guilt to another is also not allowed. Mocking individuals or humiliating them by name is not allowed in any way. Also, showing disrespect towards people and places of worship of other faiths is strictly forbidden. Therefore, those who engage in chaos, in violence and disorder do not represent Islam, nor do they embody its true ideas and its values. Hezbut Tawheed presents the necessary ideological, psychological, intellectual transformation that is required to end the chaos that prevails among nations, among religions, and amongst groups. Moreover, Hezbut Tawheed has outlined a comprehensive framework detailing how the state, the economy, the judicial system, and the penal system should be governed in the future. The 30-year history of struggle undertaken by Hezbut Tawheed stands as its strongest testimony, because the moral integrity, commitment, patriotism, sincerity, refusal to commit injustice, unwavering adherence to the law, and dedication to serving humanity demonstrated by the members of Hezbut Tawheed are truly exceptional and remain unparalleled. Thus, we can state with confidence that in the coming days, Hezbut Tawheed is capable of serving as a guiding force for this nation's spiritual, social, economic, state, judicial, and, if necessary, defensive directions. We invite people across the world to learn about Hezbut Tawheed. Our claim is simple and singular. This is a divinely revealed guideline from Allah. We firmly believe that all humanity are one family. We are all created by the same entity, and therefore we are brethren into one another. All possess the equal rights on this earth. Also, we maintain that human rights is not a charitable concession. These are the inherent rights of a human being bestowed at creation. No one has the authority to deprive another human being of these rights. Every person has the right to travel freely across the globe for his or her needs. Islam does not recognize discrimination based on race, on color, on ethnicity, nationality. Whether European, American, Indian, or Bengali, people all have the same rights of the same family. We must present this nation to the world as a model through character, through speech, and through action. Every level must possess patience, unwavering resistance to injustice, a mindset of continuous struggle, and the willingness to sacrifice oneself for the greater good for humanity itself. Hezbut Tawheed envisions a future world free from war and bloodshed, a world defined by humane peace. There will be no oppression of the weak by the strong, no deprivation of the poor by the wealthy, and no tyranny of the rulers over the ruled. The inhumane system through which powerful states occupy weaker and smaller nations to plunder and overtake their resources must now come to an end. Finally, we appeal that this chaos worldwide has to come to an end. The brutality in the name of religion must come to an end. Let a humane, peaceful world be established. Thank you all.